Steaming up in here, hot stuff. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Sprightly one she is. Let's get out of here! Hey reviewers, and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys have been well. Today we've got the awesome Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 for review, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, starting with pricing, in the UK currently in 2021, this bike is priced at £6,039. Now it's basically one trim level, but you've got a variety of colours, and I'm going to put those up on the screen for you now. And the highest priced one is the Mark II, which is a beautiful chrome finish, and I believe that's £6,539. But also the Sunset Strip is not too much more than the base price, and I think that one looks awesome as well. Which one is your favourite? Let us know in the comment section below. Let's have a look at the lighting. So you've got a halogen setup front and rear, and it's very much that classic look because this bike is all about the classic vibe and styling. Down at the front here, you've got 18-inch wheels, and that's the same for the back, and these are paired with Seat tyres. Now I know they're not Pirellis, but to be fair, they're actually really good. I mean, yeah, they're not super high performance, but you're not going to be going crazy on this bike, I wouldn't think. In terms of disc brakes, these are drilled, they look pretty decent. You've got a 2-pot caliper there, and that's 320mm discs at the front. And of course, you've got the spoked wheels, which completes that classic look, so very, very cool. Moving on to the engine here then, you've got a small radiator there, but this is not what you would call liquid cooled. This is an air cooled engine. So let's have a quick look at it then. This is a parallel twin, so 2-cylinder, it's 648cc. It produces 47 horsepower at 7,150 RPM and 52.3 Newton meters of torque at 5,150 RPM. So it's lovely and punchy, and obviously being a parallel twin, you've got loads of usable torque all the way throughout the rev range, but it's also quite sprightly as well. So, you know, it's not just one of those plodders. I think you'd have a great time on it. The bike weighs in at 217 kilograms, which is fully fueled, and you've got this beautiful steel tubular frame, and that kind of flows throughout the bike, so it's that classic design. Down from the engine, you've got these beautiful chrome finished twin exhausts. This is a Euro 5 bike, of course, but coming around to the back, yeah, she looks pretty awesome, right? It does make a good noise, and you can get some decent aftermarket cans as well. And just round to the back there, braking wise, that's a single pot caliper, and it's 240mm disc. Tank wise, this is 13.7 litres, I believe. Now, in the real world, you should be getting probably somewhere between 180 miles to 220 miles, depending on your riding style. Suspension wise, back at the front then, these are 41mm. Obviously, they're not kind of semi-active or anything silly like that, but they do a good job, all right? And you've got that very much classic look about it. And at the back, you've got these twin coilovers there as well, and again, they do a great job. It's nice and comfortable. Obviously, I'm a heavy guy, I'm a tall guy, but on my short ride over, it was pretty good, but we're going to test it out fully in a minute. Moving on to the seat then, seat height is quite accommodating really because it's 805mm, so you know, if you're not massively tall, it's going to be easy to get on. And you've also got obviously a side stand, but you've got a centre stand on this bike as well, so great for maintenance, easy to clean your bike, does the job really. Transmission wise, this is a 6-speed, 1 down, 5 up, and you actually get a slipper clutch on this bike as well, so that's absolutely awesome, and so far beautifully smooth, and it works really, really well. But in a second, of course, we're going to take it out for a decent ride. Now, control-wise, just have a look at these. Yeah, you're not going to have a million things here, I have to be honest with you. It's quite a simplistic design, but that is very much what they're going for. This is a classic styled bike after all. So just to cover the controls quickly then, guys, on this side, you've got your flash here, you've got your lights, obviously main and dipped, you've got your indicator, and you've got your horn. Of course, you've got your clutch. That is actually a slip and assist clutch there as well, a slipper clutch. So very useful to have on this spec of machine. Moving on to the right hand side then, of course, you've got your brake and accelerator, but you've got your kill switch there, and you've got your ignition. So nothing too fancy there, but it's a nice design, and to be fair, the feel of the brakes and the feel of the clutch and everything I've used so far was really, really good. And ergonomics absolutely spot on. It's very much a kind of upright kind of standing bike, and tall and shorter riders will get on with it just fine. Moving on to the main dials here then, of course, yeah, you've got no massive TFT screen, but it's not aimed at that, right? It really isn't at all. So if we just kind of give it a bit of power there, you can see everything kind of come to life. Now, things that I'd say you want that are important, right? So you've got your fuel meter there, and you've got your odometer, and on this side, of course, you've got warning lights and neutral. Now, you do have dual channel ABS, of course, as well. You can't mess with it on this bike, but it is there, and it's good to know that you've got it. Now, top speed on this bike is probably around 102, 105, depending on where you read. It's obviously not designed to be an out-and-out super bike or anything along those lines, but I can assure you, for national speed limits and normal riding conditions, it's actually really good fun. Now, bearing in mind, this bike's red line is at 7,500 RPM, and this bike makes its peak power at 7,150. It's actually an exhilarating ride. You know, you've got plenty of power from low down all the way up to the top, usable torque, usable power. So I hope you enjoyed that walk around, guys. Any questions, let me know in the comment section. But other than that, let's take it out for a proper ride. Let's go. Right then, gang, before we head off, just going to give you a bit of a sound check, so I know you like that. So ignition on. I do like the analog dials, honestly I do. Simpler times. Now listen to that. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah, baby. There we go. Not bad for a stock one, eh? Little naughty backfire there as well. Yeah, not too shabbily. Right, centre stand, just take her off of that quickly, and away we go. Woo! Woo! Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's get out of here! Awesome. Right, gang, what we're going to do, we're going to do a tiny bit of town riding just to show you what it's like in there, check out the fueling. We're going to do some lovely cornering, we're going to take it to the national speed limits, see what the acceleration is like, test out the brakes as well, give you a run through of the comfort and how it all feels. Let's get into it. So let's start with comfort then. Now, I'm a big and tall guy, I've said it many times before. This position is basically quite upright, okay? Very relaxing. So yeah, if you were thinking like the Meteor but you wanted a bit more power, this would probably be on your list. It's a logical step up really, because you still get a lot of that styling, but obviously you get a bit more power as well, right? So comfort wise, great. It's basically sit up, you know, you're sitting upright. And obviously I'm tall, got long arms, but the reach is great. It's not too far back, so don't think it's like a, you know, really lazy setup. You know, it's nice, it just feels really good, but you're not going to get tired, that I can tell you. You know, it's not a tiring bike, it's comfortable. You've got to think like all day kind of comfort and rideability here. Right, coming into this 30 then, let's just kind of test out the fueling. It's always a good thing to do. So I'm in third gear, I'm going to put it into fourth because I want to just see what it's like when it drops the revs down a little bit. So bang on 30, just over 2,000 RPM. Lovely and smooth. If I just give it a tiny bit, yeah, so there's no kind of jerkiness there. Of course it's a twin, right, so it's on tap straight away. But yeah, really good. Now I guess it's a good time just to talk about the kind of person this might be aimed at, and I think much like a lot of Royal Enfields, to be fair, it's aimed at new and returning riders, because this could be your first kind of bigger bike, but you don't want to go anything too quick or too powerful, and you don't want to chuck loads of money at it. And equally well, you could be returning to riding, and for the same reasons, you just want a comfortable bike, you don't want to go crazy, and you don't want to chuck stupid amounts of money at it. And this kind of bike, it competes with a lot of those classics. I mean, even a lot like the, let's say the Bonneville, you know. And I've heard it said a few times before that the Interceptor 650 is kind of 90% of the Triumph Bonneville, but 50% of the price. And that's about right, because, you know, they pretty much start at 10 grand and this starts at 6, right? You can get up to 12 grand really easily. So, you know, the frugal among us, and, you know, just the sensible at the same time as well, you know, this is a great bike, it's great value. Now, I'm not saying it's better than Bonneville, I'm not saying it's got better equipment, it doesn't. But if you're looking at a sensible bike and accessible for, like I say, new and returning riders, definitely a good one, definitely a good option. Engine is so good. So of course the engine, parallel twin, right, 47 brake, 52.3 Newton meters of torque. So easy, so easy to ride, you know, absolutely beautiful. There you go, that's in top. At the 40, beautifully smooth, right? We will get into some faster speeds in a minute, some nationals, and I can give it some beans. But for country roads, yeah, absolutely wicked, because this is a bike where you can actually enjoy putting the power down. You know, I very much have a bike where it's got so much power that it's very rare that you can actually use it, let alone kind of full throttle. Not that you need to full throttle this bike. What I'm saying is you can go through the gears and enjoy that acceleration, and that's a great thing, right? That's the key thing about biking. You want it to be fun, you want to enjoy it, and going through the gears and enjoying the cornering, that's a massive part of it. So absolutely ticking the box as far as I'm concerned, absolutely ticking the box. Of course, you've got a sensible range as well, right? But let's just drop it down a couple and I'll show you what she's about. Nothing crazy, but easy to get to 60, and I barely even tried. And that's not like going through fast-paced gears and acceleration. That was just a little bit. I'm not saying it's crazy fast or anything, but it's enjoyable, right? And you've got plenty of power there. Carves up the corners nice and easy. We've got lots more of that to come, so don't worry. Slipper clutch, beautiful down. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. You barely even need to blip the throttle, to be fair, but I will anyway, just habits. Yeah, lovely, 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 lovely. Very, very smooth. I do like the dials actually, although they are a simplistic design. I think it's great, you know, it is kind of backlit there as well, so at least you've got a bit of extra visibility. It's not like medieval times, but it's definitely a simpler world design, right? From simpler times. Oh, that engine's so good. It really is great. So yeah, no, absolutely love it. And of course you can flick through them just by pushing that centre bit there. You get a tiny bit of extra information. But yeah, nothing crazy. So comfort and initial feel, very, very good. Just up here, we're going to take it to some national speed limits. I'm going to give you some proper acceleration, and we're going to chuck it into a few more corners as well. I'll tell you what, let's get round this roundabout. Sprightly one she is. Round and round we go. Yeah, she just sticks. That's great. I mean, the tyres aren't exactly hot yet, but she's lovely. Back into this one. Nice. Yeah, lovely. Now I mentioned she weighs 217 kilograms fully fueled, right? Doesn't feel like a heavy bike. I'm not saying it feels like a super light bike, but it's not like crazy heavy or anything. Easy to kind of flick around, super easy. And due to the ergonomics as well, obviously it's confidence inspiring. Feel like you've got loads of control and visibility. Spot on. Steaming up in here, hot stuff. Yeah, fueling's fantastic. And speaking of fueling as well, this is all E10 prepped and ready. It's Euro 5 everything, obviously ABS, so fully set up, nothing to worry about there. Fuel friendly, future fuel friendly. Try saying that a few times quickly. Right, let's go. So we're going to go to national speed limit. Just make sure it's lovely and clear. Tip her in. Give us some beans. Oh yeah. And there you go. There's 70, easy, 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 plenty left. Like I say, top speed on this is just over 100 miles an hour. And it'll do it, I can tell you this will do it, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. Things you might want to consider getting if you're going to do faster roads, that kind of thing, touring on it, maybe get a screen. But wind protection, you know, is not the kind of thing you focus on when you're buying a classic or a naked. But, you know, it might kind of finish it off for some people. Yeah, spot on guys, absolutely spot on. No problem, no problem. It's got plenty left in the tank. I can't go any faster than that legally. So, yeah, but she's got plenty there, I can assure you, plenty there. Yeah, plenty good guys, absolutely awesome. Now bearing in mind I'm a heavy guy like I said, right, so no dramas there with the power. Easily, all day, 80, 90 plus bike, no drama at all. Oh, is that a naughty McLaren? Oh, beautiful.
That engine, man, I love it. And you do get a lovely induction whistle from it as well. Little jump there. Oh, I love the engine, it's great. Yeah, to be fair, I've reviewed already the Meteor 350 and the Himalayan. If they put a 650 lump in those bikes, absolute gold. Absolute gold. Because this is a peach, you know, it's just the right level of power. Yeah, superb. Isn't she glorious? As I say, it's great for new and returning riders because if you're building your confidence, this is such a great bike to do it on. Rather than kind of throwing yourself in at the deep end, build up, you know, build your skills up and learn to enjoy it and put the power down and experience all that this bike has rather than getting a faster bike and, you know, not being able to put it down until you've really got the hang of it. This is a bike where it will build your confidence and you can enjoy every gear, I can assure you. Really, really cool. We're going to do a bit of a brake test up here in a minute when it's safe to do so. Now look, there's nothing close behind me, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a brake test. Ready? Okay. Yeah, nice. No drama there at all. I'll try and do another one, but they work nicely. Very good. All that you need, trust me, all that you need. And you have got ABS, right? So that's dual channel, front to rear. Meets all the safety standards. There isn't any traction control or switchable rider modes, but you just don't need them. Not on a bike like this. Nope, don't need them. Right, I'm just going to test those brakes again. 40 miles an hour. And go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're pretty decent, guys. They are pretty decent. So this is my point, okay? Don't worry that they're not Brembo or some other kind of crazy brand. Those work really well. Remember, at the end of the day, it's just a label. It's how they work that's important, and these work really, really well. I love that engine note in the exhaust. I wonder what it would sound like with, you know, an aftermarket twin system. I'm always thinking about modifying bikes, but it makes such a great noise and you get a lovely induction whistle that if you did put a set of cans on there, I reckon it would just complete it, you know. I reckon it would. I'm not saying it needs more power, it's just that kind of little extra throatiness, little burble from the exhaust. It'd be pucker. So I'm going to do a bit more twisting, a bit more acceleration up there, but just to kind of summarise very quickly then, great comfort, honestly, super good. The seat is brilliant, and Royal Enfield know how to make a good seat. I've tested many of those before, and they are very, very good. Power so far is excellent as well. I don't think you need more. Maybe change the exhaust to give you a bit of extra burble, and yeah, handling absolutely spot on. So very little to fault here, really, guys. You know, it's priced super well, and yeah, I think they're onto a real winner. And of course, the sales figures show that, right? This bike absolutely smashes it. In fact, Royal Enfield as a brand at the moment are absolutely smashing it. So yeah, basically if you're looking at kind of the Meteor type bike and you wanted a bit more power, Interceptor 650, boom. Go and try one. Right, Nationals here, so I'm going to give you a bit more acceleration just to show you what it's about. And then we're going to get slowed up again, but anyway, just for this bit here. Ready? At 30. Nice. Very nice. So this is what it's about, guys. This is what it's about. Great power, comfort, and cornering. Combine those things, absolute winner, winner. And Royal Enfield have done it with this one. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy! Awesome! Yeah, this is where you're going to get your enjoyment, guys, honestly. Get yourself a nice coffee in the morning, get some breakfast, go out on an adventure, you know. Pick a destination, I'm going there today. Take the back roads, go with a few mates. Absolute winner, winner. Just to let you know as well, guys, next up in the Royal Enfield range, I'm going to be reviewing the GT, and then I'm going to be doing a comparison video as well. So if you're torn between the Interceptor and the GT, that's a good video to watch, and then watch the versus video, the comparison one after that. Right then guys, quick summary then. So she puts down the power well and is definitely not wanting, so plenty more than the Meteor 350 and Himalayan, no dramas there at all. Can it reach 100 miles an hour? Yeah, absolutely. Comfort is brilliant, even for big and tall riders. It's easy to get on, it's easy to live with, easy to maintain. Handling is absolutely spot on. Don't worry about the tyres at all, I think they're great. Honestly, they do the job. If you're really pushing the boundaries of these tyres, then maybe look at you know, a slightly more advanced bike. But for me, I would say, hey chaps, absolutely spot on. Dials are brilliant, I love the retro feel, I love the design. So winner, winner for Royal Enfield. It is an absolutely brilliant bike. I think it's priced well, and if you haven't got Bonneville money, this is your ticket. This is your ticket to ride. Right then gang, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up because that really helps the channel to grow. And if you'd like to see more Royal Enfield videos, there's a link on your screen now. So thanks very much for watching, and as always, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one.
Oh,